Hey everybody, how are you? Nice to see you. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the kitchen. We have a busy night of delicious deals for you. So we're going to be featuring some of our top selling food items that make great gifts. They're wonderful for Bill to ship to. So if you have to send a family or friends, they're awesome for that. But also, if you're just looking for some ways to make your life a little bit easier during the holidays, you're entertaining, or you're going to have a big house on Christmas morning or maybe New Year's Day, and you just don't want to have to do everything from scratch. The fun thing at Just Jill is not only am I the Jill of Just Jill, but I'm #1 taste tester too. So I've tried everything that we feature, and all I can say is if we're not featuring it yet, that doesn't mean it's not a good item. And there may be things I've tried that we're not featuring because I didn't like them. So what I will tell you is that everything that we feature are really like they've passed not only my test, but sort of our team's test. We all try it. We all give our input. And so for things like the pepper jams from Southern Root Sisters, the cookie mixes, our Bagelista bagels, our wonderful things from Happy to Meet You, like those are things we've all tried. And, we enjoy doing that for you because we're all sort of foodies. But I just want you to have confidence that when you're shopping with Just Jill, we just don't find brands and throw them up on the site. Like they really have to have a good background, a good story. And our favorite thing is to find some of those smaller companies that are out there that just need somebody to tell their story. And there's nothing more that I like better than to tell a great story. I was the girl growing up in elementary school whose report card always said, she's a wonderful student and she talks too much in class. So, and as we all know, I can talk plenty. Hi to everybody jumping in. Great to see you. Thanks for being here. Hey, Jackie, let me know you're here. Listen, the other thing, everybody, this is the first Tuesday of the month, which means we're doing a giveaway. So in order to be entered into our giveaway, we're going to do a set of those pretty blown glass clear ornaments that have the squiggles on them. We've given them away before, and a lot of you have said, could you offer those? So we're going to work on that with the vendor for next year. But we have another set, and I forgot to get the sample from Bernadette today. So just know if you win our giveaway, you're going to get a set of 6 holiday ornaments that are so pretty to nest in with other things that you have, to use them in a bowl for decor. They're lovely. Those of you who've won those so far, if you'd like to share how pretty they are, that would be great. The only thing you have to do to enter this kind of fun giveaway is make sure you make a comment on wherever you're watching, whether you're watching us on YouTube or you're watching us on Facebook. Make sure you comment. Listen, the more you comment doesn't affect your chances of winning. Our little thing that we use, the tool we use, just detects the people that have commented once. You get thrown into this fun little thing, and we'll do a drawing at the end, and you'll know who's won. Also, a lot of you know that I was supposed to do a Facebook Live last night. Hi, everybody. Hi, Brenda. And we canceled it because we had a little complication with our dog, Broski. To give you all the Reader's Digest condensed version, we had to put our sweet Minnie down on Saturday. And, Broski's been recovering from a fairly major cancer surgery. And yesterday he had sort of a weird episode and scared us a little bit. So we took him back to the emergency room. They kept him overnight, and all his vitals are awesome. He's like this amazing dog. His heart's great. His, blood counts are awesome. Like everything's great. They're not quite sure what happened. Maybe he just tried to do a little too much, given the fact that it's just still a few days after surgery. But Broski's home. Our hearts are happy. And you didn't witness me breaking down and having a nervous breakdown last night had I done the Facebook Live. So my husband, Doug, is like shaking his head over there like, and she would have. I was freaking out. But I'm better tonight. And just like for those of you who used to watch shows like The Love Boat, where they would have a special guest star, we have a special guest star in our Just Jill Delicious Deals night. So Scott Fisher, my good friend from Happy to Meet You, is going to come out here in just a few minutes. He's cooking filet mignon. We have a special holiday filet mignon offer, but then we also have some smoking deals on bacon, sausage, biscuits, and more. So be sure to check those out too. All right. Hi to everybody. I just have to come in and say hi to everybody because I can't read that far. Sandy got her cardinal lantern today. She loves it. I'm so glad. Listen, we still have some great offers on our closeout holiday decor items. That Buyer's Choice gingerbread Santa, I just looked today, we have about a dozen left, and when he's gone, and he's down to the lowest price we've offered for the season. So check him out. There's tons of great decor items for those last minute little holes you're finding as you're decorating. Like, oh, I wish I had one more thing for my sideboard. Ooh, I just wish I had a little something to put next to that stocking on the mantle. Check out our decor, because most of our holiday items are on sale, and when they're gone, they're gone. Sherry said, my pups are here with me watching. Hi, pups. Broski is underneath my kitchen table right now. Jan said, I love happy to meet you. Yay, Scott's clapping. And so everything's great. Hi, everybody who's here. Okay, so let me tell you, let's get going here, because we have a lot to get to. So almost everything I'm going to talk to you about tonight has some kind of either news story, sale, discount. Like, we have so many great things. I'm going to start with one of my favorite deals that we do for all of our food brands, and it's from my buddy Warren at Bagelista. So if you've never tried Bagelista, here's what's cool. Warren and his wife started this company during the pandemic. Amy said, I see the bagels on the table. Love those. I know, Amy, rave about them because they're awesome. And basically, you know, his local bagel shop shut down, and he and his wife were like, oh my gosh, like, we just want those fresh baked bagels. So they decided to figure out a way to have that fresh baked bagel experience at home. These are made in New York, using the New York water, which everybody in New York swears is the secret to a good bagel. So these are made in Brooklyn, and basically they're half baked. So they use this dough. Each bagel is 4 ounces in size. And Joan said, I got them last year. They're delicious. And basically you're going to get 16 bagels, but with this offer, you're actually getting 20. You're going to get 4 bags of whatever flavor or variety pack you choose. And then the bagel maker is going to choose a 5th bag to throw in your order. So you might get another one of the set you ordered. You might get a new flavor to try. But basically, you're getting 5 bags of bagels, so 20 bagels for the price of 16. It's $39. That includes your shipping. And they are the best bagels I've ever had. I don't know what it is, but there's something about fresh baking them yourself. And you get this kind of like hard, shiny exterior, but this soft interior. And the flavors are plain. So you can get 4 bags of plain. You can get 4 bags of sesame. You can get 4 bags of everything. My favorite, and here's why I love this everything so much, they don't use any rye. I hate the rye seeds. It's not enjoyable to me. In fact, it bums me out when I order an everything bagel and then I take that first bite and I get the rye seed. It just ruins the whole thing for me. No rye in these bagels. So when I order these for our family, I often order the whole everything bagel pack because those are my favorite. And then Kylie's favorite, and I think Doug's too, these are the cinnamon raisin. So you can get 4 of a single flavor, or you can get a variety pack where you get 1 bag of each flavor. That's usually the most popular. But remember, right now you're getting a 5th bag. So 5 bags for the price of 4. These will keep in your freezer for 9 months. I usually, when I make them, we have a delay start feature on our oven. So I do the delay start to turn on at 6:15 in the morning. By the time I get downstairs at 6:30, the oven is preheated. I put my frozen bagels on a cookie sheet. I bake more than I want for that day because I like having a few of them done so I can toast them the next day. And 7 to 10 minutes later, I have fresh baked bagels and my house smells like a bagel bakery. It's so good. And just to show you, here's what they look like. They're big. Can I just crack up about something really quick? The first time we offered these bagels, somebody said in the comments, they were like, do those have carbs? They're bagels. They're the breadiest bagel deliciousness carb you're ever going to eat. And yes, they do. Okay, so here's what they look like in your freezer, okay? And then when you bake them, they turn into that. They get golden brown. Again, they get that shiny exterior, but then they're warm and, you know, soft on the inside. So I love to make Trevor a breakfast sandwich on these fresh out of the oven. But then like later that day, if I'm kind of hungry for lunch, I'll cut it in half, put it in my toaster for a minute to get the toasted, because I love like a little peanut butter on it. They're awesome. The everything bagel, awesome baked, open face tuna melts, fantastic. So use them for other things besides just a bagel in the morning. And certainly if you are going to be doing, lox and bagels, if you're going to be doing smoked salmon, if you're going to be doing, all of the different flavors of cream cheese that are out there, like you could do a beautiful breakfast display with our Bagelista bagels. But we don't do this 5 bags for 4 very often, just a couple times a year. We wanted to do it for the holidays. The last thing I'll say is, like, this is the kind of thing that I would send my best friend Emily and her husband Dave. They have 3 kids. They're going to have a busy household, during the holiday season. And how nice that, like, one thing they don't have to worry about is breakfast 1 or 2 of those mornings during those busy 2 weeks. All they have to do is bake up in 7 to 10 minutes, fresh baked bagels. So good. And again, choose your flavor or choose the variety pack, $39. And now you're getting 5 bags instead of 4. Plain, sesame, everything, or cinnamon raisin. The variety pack gives you 1 of each. And then obviously you'll get a second bag as that extra for one you might like. Okay. Bagelista, thumbs up. If you guys tried them, I love the comments. Share your experiences. And if you have questions about any of these items, I'm here to answer. Okay, let's talk Southern Root Sisters. 2 years ago, our first holiday season at Just Jill, it was November 2021, we were able to debut Southern Root Sisters to all of you. The Reader's Digest condensed version of this story is Doug, Bernadette, and I went to a trade show, a food show. We were all walking up and down the aisles. We decided to divide and conquer. I walked down this aisle and, there's all these big, like national vendors, like big time grocery store food brands that you're used to seeing. They've got their banners. They've got their signs. They've got, a band. They've got all these things going on. And there as I walk by is this gal standing at a table, doesn't have any signage. She's at one table. She has a few jars of something in front of her. And as I walked by, I thought to myself, gosh, wow, I hope amidst all of this, somebody finds her. And then I stopped. It was like a little voice went inside my head. And that voice said, why don't you? And so I walked over and introduced myself. She was super sweet. She's like, I think I've actually seen you on the Today Show, because I'd been doing the Today Show a few times at that point. And we started chatting and I said, well, tell me about your product. So she told me about the recipe, this family recipe. Her grandmother had always made it. She makes it with her sisters. She'd won an award, actually a couple of awards for her pepper jams, and they're fruit pepper jams. There's peach. We tried blackberry, and I took the one bite and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Well, just then Bernadette and Doug walked up and I said, you guys have to try this. And so that's how we discovered Southern Root Sisters. Since then, Rachel Scott has expanded her collection. So not only does she do pepper jams, she also does sweet jam. She has a delicious strawberry lemonade, her mixed berry, amazing. She also does pickled jalapenos. You got to try those, Scott. Mm-hmm. She does a pepper butter, which I am obsessed with. I put it in everything from eggs. I mix it with cream cheese for like a savory sandwich. Oh my gosh, so good. She also does cookie mixes, which a lot of you have purchased. She does toffee, and we carry the entire assortment of Southern Root Sisters over at justjillshop.com. So let me just tell you real quickly a couple things. One of, like, if you order any of her assortments with the jams, and Beverly said, love the pepper jams. This is the 3-jar set. And again, we have so many different configurations, but I pulled this one because I think this is a really lovely gift configuration. Doesn't overwhelm anybody with too much. You get 2 award winners here. The gold medal winning peach pepper jam, the gold medal winning blackberry jam. And then you also get the cherry pepper jam, which is so good. So you get all 3 of those. You also get a little recipe card. What do you do with a pepper jam? The easiest thing. Do you guys want the easiest appetizer for the holidays? The easiest thing to put out. Get a brick of cream cheese, all right? I'm going to do the peach. You're going to take that pepper jam and just spread it on top of a block of cream cheese. By the way, I'm using our cute Just Jill serving board. which comes with recipes that I did, Scott. Isn't that fun? So, you know, however pretty you want to make this, you put this out, let it sit out at room temperature for like an hour so the cream cheese gets soft. And then you guys, you just put it with some crackers and you do a little bit of the pepper jam and a little bit of the cream cheese. And I'm sorry, people are going to go crazy for it. And it's so easy to do. So,
That would be great over brie and baked
baked brie, so good. And the creaminess of the cream cheese tempers any little bit of heat that you get from the pepper jam. It's not spicy. It has a little something to it. They're peppers, but it's flavorful and delicious. Our original set from Rachel gives you 6 jars. So that box set of 3 is $49. That includes the shipping. We do a double, which gives you 6 jars of different jams for $65. So that's really if you're looking for value and maybe you want to take the jars and do individual gifts. Look at that 6-pack. That was the original thing we did with Rachel. And then let me talk to you real quickly about her cookie mixes, because we do some box sets where you get 2 jams and a cookie mix. We do all cookie mixes. Rachel does a bonus for us. So normally you would get 3 of her cookie mixes for $40. When you buy them from Just Jill, you get a 4th bag of cookie mix. And the bonus bag is a bag of her double 40 ranch oatmeal cookie mix. Here's why I love cookie mixes for a lot of you. And I love them for like my mom too. Lynn was saying her cookie mixes are like homemade or better. I've tried them all and they're the best. You don't have to keep big tubs of flour and sugar and butter and all those things on hand. You just need, usually these recipes call for a stick of butter and 1 egg and maybe a little bit of vanilla. There's tons of different flavors, everything from a classic chocolate chip. And listen, you all know that I think my chocolate chip cookie recipe is the best chocolate chip cookie recipe out there. This is pretty good in a pinch. Because again, all you have to do is, I literally, if you had seen my kitchen 20 minutes before we went live, it was like Master Chef exploded in my kitchen, right? And I mean, there were pans and bacon and sausage and mixers and everything everywhere. The beauty of these cookies, and I made the double chocolate caramel turtle cookies. What? You can bake them up and like in 15 minutes, you're eating what tastes like a homemade cookie. So look at the assortments we have. We have variety packs. You can get all one flavor. But remember, you're going to get 3 bags in whatever your order is, but we include a 4th, which is that double 40 ranch oatmeal. So there's this delicious, we love this chewy spiced cookie. It's almost like a spiced molasses cookie. Roll it in cinnamon sugar, and then it kind of has a little bit of that snickerdoodle taste. Speaking of snickerdoodles, white chocolate snickerdoodle is one of my all-time favorites. It uses cinnamon chips as well as the white chocolate chips. I love this sweet lemon cookie. Delicious. Make just a subtle glaze with a little bit of powdered sugar and lemon juice. Drizzle that over these cookies. They're incredible. And then we also have here's the one I made, the chocolate turtle cookies. So look at these, you guys. These are like fudgy brownie cookies, all right? They have the caramel nuggets in them, and they have chocolate chips in there too. What? Chocolate chips and caramel bits? Like a big old brownie. Debbie, how do you order? Let me tell you. But let me finish chewing my cookie first. Everything we show you is available in my online store. So when I left QVC, 4.5 years ago, did some things. And then a lot of people reached out to me and said, I would love to still shop with you, Jill. How can you do that? So we started justjillshop.com. We are the owners of that business. The things that we sell on our website are items that I and my team have vetted. We have tried. We, know the vendors. We started with maybe 5 vendors. We now have over 75 vendors that we work with. In our food category alone, we carry 22 brands. We have over 700 items available for you to shop for. Everything from collectible high-end Polish pottery, jewelry from Italy, delicious foods from around the country. Brands you might know, like Spriggs for things to keep you warm, mittens and things. Maybe brands you don't know, things like KC Essentials and Power Beads by Jen. So we carry a little bit of everything. We started home decor this year for holiday decorating, but you place your orders, just go to the website. You can either do shopjustjill.com or justjillshop.com. Either one of those takes you to our website, and you can have fun shopping there. But the cookie mixes to make your life easier during the holidays. Maybe somebody's having a cookie exchange and you're like, you know what? I am too old and too tired to keep up with these girls who think they've got to show up with the fanciest cookies. I'm just bringing something that's good. Bring your Southern Roots Sisters cookies that you make from mixes. The other thing a lot of you I think will like, if you're empty nesters or have small families, they make like 2 to 2.5 dozen cookies. So you're not left with gobs of them, if you don't feel like you can eat all of them. Jane said those cookie mixes might be a nice gift for my busy daughter. Her young son could help make them. Oh my gosh, Jane, so easy. Again, stick of butter, a little vanilla, and an egg for most of them. The only one that doesn't use a stick of butter is the double 40 oatmeal cookies. Those use a stick of Crisco or, shortening. And really, Rachel will tell you, don't mess with it. Like that's part of the secret. It's the way her grandmother made it. I often add chocolate chips and nuts to that recipe because I kind of like it, make it more of a little bit of like a cowboy cookie. But they're awesome. And the mixes last for up to a year. So if you don't make all of them right away, don't worry about it. But another great gift, or remember, you're getting 4 of them for $40, so about $10 each, and that includes your shipping. Those could be like little stocking stuffers for people, or just a nice thank you note for your neighbor. Maybe put a cute wooden spoon with it, a little cute holiday tea towel. And it can just be a little bit like, just thanks so much for helping. By the way, speaking of little things, we had sold out of our cute measuring spoon set. We just got these back. So if you were looking for our beautiful enameled floral measuring spoons, we sold out of them in like a night. I was able to get another order. This is the last order I can get before Christmas. But aren't they great? They're beautiful. And they give you a quarter, a half, a teaspoon, and a tablespoon. They're finished on the back and on the front. I love those as a gift. They're $29. They come in a box, and that includes your shipping. All right. Cookies, check. Pepper jams, check. All right. Scott Fisher, you want to come try some food?
Oh.
So Scott Fisher's here from Happy to Meet You, everybody. And we're going to talk with Scott in a few minutes about...
Doug's got the love boat.
Oh, Doug's got the love boat theme because he's our special guest star.
This is a multimedia event.
How are you? Nice to
great.
see you.
Great being with you.
If you haven't had a chance to meet Scott, Scott's from Happy to Meet You. And we're one of the proud retailers to carry your wonderful collection of food.
Oh, my God.
So thanks for being here.
And it was a year ago, almost to the day, that I was here in your kitchen.
Is that right?
Yeah.
A year ago.
1 year ago.
Wow.
We were talking, I think, turkey at the time.
When we did the turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, look
I
at
love
that.
having you back.
Well, it's great being back.
Well, listen, this is, oh, look who's here.
Oh, Broski.
Broski's here. Broski came to say hi. Hi, buddy. You want some food too, right? I know you can't really see him, but
He's here.
He's here. You want to get him out of the way, babe?
Yeah.
I don't want him to fall. Okay, hey, are you hungry?
Broski.
Okay, there he goes. Okay.
All right.
So before we get to your items,
Yeah.
I want you to try this newer food brand that we've brought into Just Jill. So
Awesome.
it's called Churchies, Cherchies.
Okay.
And they started as a mustard company. Funny story for you.
Yeah.
Yellow mustard is one of my most hated foods ever.
Yeah. I think I knew that.
Because I was double mustarded in 9th grade by Mark Lieberman and Mark Lieber and Brett Philman. I just totally dimed out 2 friends from high school. And I was in my brand new jeans, my brand new Bass Weejan loafers, penny loafers, and they came on each side of me, threw mustard packets on the ground, and went, and it sprayed me on both sides.
I actually had a similar experience.
You did?
I really did. I swear to you, I did.
I mean, then you smell like mustard.
I used to smell like mustard.
all day.
Somebody was squeezing a mustard packet. I was at a White Castle, I think, in Chicago, and somebody squeezed a packet and it went all over me.
And then it just ruins it.
That
for you.
just ruins it.
So I share that story because when they first approached me about bringing Churchies in, I was like, you guys know I don't really like mustard. Like, I don't mind Grey Poupon. Like, you know, if it's a Dijon mustard, it has a little different taste than yellow mustard.
Right.
Like, it's okay. But I was like, all right, listen, it's award-winning. It's a local company here in Chester County, Pennsylvania. They've been in business since 1978.
Yeah.
And they've expanded their collection beyond just mustards to jams, soup mixes, salsas, like all these things. So their sort of award winner is this champagne mustard.
Ooh.
Okay. So I'm
a mustard fan. I'm
going to give you a little swirl here.
So this is the champagne mustard.
This is champagne mustard. Okay. And this kit that we have, you guys, this has been one of our most popular. Champagne mustard, cranberry mustard, banana pepper mustard, and 3 pounds of pretzels from a company that's been making pretzels since like the 1900s. Aren't they good?
Oh,
Is that awesome?
For a ham, if you're going to make a Carver ham, a ham sandwich, it's outstanding.
Isn't it good?
Outstanding.
It's not, it's like a little sweet.
A little teeny bit sweet.
Doesn't get in your nose too much.
And it's smooth. Really, really good.
Really good.
Really good.
So,
wow.
Churchies gives you champagne mustard, cranberry mustard. This is delicious, also smothered over a ham. You can mix this into cream cheese. You know, you can use this as a topping. You can use this on brie and bake it. Could be really good.
You know, you can actually, if you're doing deviled eggs, if you want to spoon, take the yolk and mix it with a little bit of the mustard, because some people put yellow mustard powder in that. You can use that. It would be fantastic.
Would be great. My favorite is the hot banana pepper. And you put that on a sandwich and then bake it for just a few minutes in the oven. Oh my gosh, so good. So one of the sets we have, and again, we have multiple items from Churchies. They have butters, you know, like cherry butter, apple butter, all those things. They have like the best of Churchies set. But for the mustard lover and the pretzel lover, you can get the set of 3. Linda said the cranberry mustard is great on a turkey sandwich, of course. You can do all 3 mustards for $40, or for $9 more, you get a 3-pound box of pretzels to go with those mustards.
Wow.
So that's really the deal, guys, to get the mustards with the pretzels. All right. One other thing I want you to know, either Southern Root Sisters or Churchies, if you buy more than one item from those brands, so buy more than one Churchies, buy more than one Southern Root Sisters, you get 10% off. So not only do we have great pricing, again, you can buy those 3 mustards for $40. For $9 more, you get 3 pounds of these fresh baked pretzels that are from Reading, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Been in business, I think, since 1911. Yep, 1911. And if you buy 2 sets of Churchies or 2 sets of Southern Root Sisters, so like the pepper jams and a pack of cookies, 10% off both of those items. So use those offers. Linda said, Churchies is amazing. Pretzels alone are outstanding. Have ordered 4 sets in the last 3 weeks. Highly, highly recommend. I mean, this I love as a send to somebody.
Are these the pretzels?
Yeah,
okay.
Those are the pretzels.
Those are the pretzels.
Aren't they
really?
good?
Delicious.
But they're not like, I mean, these aren't rolled gold.
No,
right? Like
they're not. They're soft, almost soft.
Oh,
I mean, literally.
They're so good. They're so good.
They're light.
I'm such a cruncher. Like, that's my favorite snack, is something crunchy. So these pretzels and the mustard, I would have never thought I would be the one like going for the mustard when I wanted the pretzels. It's such a good combo.
Delicious.
Such a good combo.
Delicious.
One more thing to show you from Churchies. These are new on the site. They're going to come in this box. Churchies does soup mixes. And so we have this soup mix, corn chowder, Italian wedding, mushroom chowder, pot pie. And I made up some of the pot pie to show you. The same way those cookie mixes just can make life easier during a busy time, so can these soup mixes. All you do is add the soup mix to, usually around 6 cups of boiling water. You might need to, add a protein to it. So if you have some cooked chicken from a rotisserie chicken, if you have some leftover hamburger, that might be the only kind of extra cooking you have to add. Maybe some sauteed onions. But most of the spices, most of the ingredients are in these pouches. Each pouch makes about 6 servings.
Oh.
And so you can get this assortment, again, Italian wedding, mushroom chowder, pot pie, and corn chowder. But we also did a set that's gluten-free.
Wow.
So for those of you that need the gluten-free, and they come in this gift box, so isn't that nice to send? One of my best friends has celiac, so she has to be so careful about what she eats. And so I love that we had this gluten-free set for her. This gives you Mexican tortilla, gumbo, mixed bean chili, and Cuban black bean and rice.
Wow.
Like, so for this one, you just have to add, some diced cooked chicken and some diced tomatoes. For this one, you're adding, some onion and garlic that you sauteed along with some cooked chicken. Maybe you top it off with some cheese. So it's just on those nights where it's like you have a pack of hamburger and you don't want to make burgers again. You've done taco night how many different times? You bought chicken breasts on sale, but how many times can you do baked chicken, right? So here's an easy way for you to take those things you're probably already buying and looking to do something for dinner with and turn them into hearty soups for the season.
I want to give you one quick tip because I remember I actually had the cookie mix last time I was here. I took one
Yes.
with me. So what I did was, it was really easy. I made the mix, rolled them out and put them in the freezer. And then when I wanted to pop a couple in the oven,
Perfect.
so you don't have, you can make them all in advance.
Yeah.
Store them in the freezer.
Yeah.
And take out what you'd like.
And just bake them
when you're ready to go.
Yeah. That's a good tip.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
So soup mixes from Churchy's. I just want to show you real quickly, Scott. I'm going to move these out of the way.
Yep.
I did cook up a batch of the pot pie, so I just want to show you all what that looks like. And then Scott did some cooking for all of you too.
Just a little bit.
Let's see here. Somewhere I've got So the pot pie soup, and it's not, think of pot pie like, I don't know, this is the pot pie that I kind of grew up with, where you have like the yummy big noodles. Look, you guys. So all I did was, doesn't that look good? And see the broth? That's like the orecchiette. How do you say that? Pasta. So I just had some chicken breast that I had cooked over the weekend in the crock pot. I just put it in with water, let it cook for 4 hours, and then I shred it, and then I can use it for barbecue or tacos or whatever all week.
Delicious.
So I just threw that in with the soup, which was just water, a little bit of garlic and onions. So just awesome. Okay.
Smells
good, right?
So good.
Has all the veggies in there, the carrots and the peppers and all of that.
Smells so good.
That's your chicken pot pie. That'll be going in Trevor's lunch tomorrow. But new soups from Churchy's, the mustard samplers, so we have a salsa sampler with some spices that are great. The cherry butter is one of my favorites. We have a really good set that has champagne mustard, cherry butter, and they're called pretty peppers. And they're like sweet and spicy red peppers, roasted red peppers. Really, really good. So all Churchy's and all Southern Root Sisters, if you buy more than one of those items, more than one Churchy's item, more than one Southern Root Sisters item, you'll get 10% off all those items, either brand. So it's a nice savings. So we've talked about Bagelista, get an extra pack for free. We've talked about great savings on our Southern Root Sisters and Churchy's. And now we're going to spend some time talking about some great things from Happy to Meet You.
A little bit of meat. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We're going to talk a little bit. We had a little bit of a breakfast theme going here with the Bagelista. So one of the offers that we have from you, Scott, is delicious breakfast biscuits from Callie's Hot Little Biscuit.
Callie's. We teamed up with Callie's.
And Callie's is awesome. We carried Callie's here at Just Joe for a while. So you're going to get 2 boxes or a dozen of Callie's cheddar and chive biscuits. Okay. And then you're also going to get, I just did 1 pack, but you're actually going to get 2 packs, 16 2-ounce sausage patties. Right? So you're going to get these delicious sausage patties and the delicious biscuits. The price is $79. Remember, that's coming to you frozen in a cooler, delivered to your door. And, we can talk about the biscuits, but I want people to understand the quality of meat they're buying when they buy from you, Scott. We're going to talk steaks in a little bit. We have a filet mignon offering that's amazing for the holidays. But when it comes to even things like sausage and bacon, like what's the Happy to Meet You difference?
Most people just take it for granted. So if you think about back, I know when my grandparents, were cooking from scratch, if you wanted to make a great sausage, you would go to the butcher, you would get your cuts of meat, you would get your pork shoulder, your pork tenderloin, you would grind your own meat, you would put your spices in, you'd make the patties, and the flavor is uncanny.
Yeah.
In today's world, everybody's in a hurry, we're in a rush. What do? You run to the local grocery store, you get whatever you can. It's a mass market product.
Yeah.
Look, it works for, it fills the need, right?
Yeah.
But there's something, the flavor and the taste and the quality is what's lacking. And that's what we are. We are literally your local butcher. We only cut and provide to the top restaurants in Chicago. That's sort of how we were formed. We grew out of what happened back when the pandemic came, where all the restaurants closed down and they weren't purchasing all the prime quality cuts of meat. Well, those meats had nowhere to go.
Right.
So I stepped in and we went directly to the folks at home to provide that same quality. You can't, there's no comparison. And the flavor of this sausage is so unlike anything you've ever tasted.
And you know what it is? It's light.
It's light.
Like it's not a dense sausage patty.
And it's, oh my gosh,
it's
so good.
Like, how when they tell you to make meatballs, not to mix them too much, because you want it to be a little fluffy. That's kind of the same thing with this sausage. Like it wasn't packed and condensed.
Yeah, you can see the color of it too. The color of it's almost cream colored. And the flavor. So what we do is we do a double grind process. It's so unique. And just a little bit of sage and a little bit of white pepper. That's it. We make it in-house. We package them fresh. Do a quick flash freeze before it goes out the same day. And then it's on the way to your house. I'm telling you.
Look what you could make.
Oh, so
That's
good.
Half a patty on one of these Callie's cheddar and chive biscuits. Sherry said, great for the day after Christmas morning. Oh my gosh, so good. And then do scrambled eggs on the side.
Absolutely.
Or your egg casserole or whatever you do.
Let me tell you why we teamed up with Callie's.
Yeah, do. Tell me.
Okay, so the story behind Callie's is it's done and prepared in the same fashion that we prepare our meats. That's how the folks at Callie's are doing the biscuits. Everything done by hand. They have about 5 women that are literally there from morning until night making the biscuits and packaging. Isn't that amazing? And these aren't just any biscuits.
And by the way,
these are the award-winning cheddar chive biscuits.
We baked these earlier, so they're not even warm, and they're still so good. The cheddar chive is
the amazing.
Savory, and those flavors then with the sausage,
and then top it with
a little pepper jam. Oh my gosh!
So do a pepper jam, chive, and cheddar biscuit sandwich. That's a flavor.
Oh my gosh!
And
we need to start a food truck.
Oh, we have to, right? And I'm a foodie. I don't know if a lot of people know, but I was on season 1 of MasterChef with Gordon Ramsay. So I'm just like you all at home. I'm a passionate foodie, and I know what I like. Is that crazy? I think I have to try it. Is that crazy?
Do it.
I'm going to do it.
You have to. Oh my gosh, so good.
Anyways,
so good.
So that's really the difference. And I promise you, these breakfast sausages, which I know we're going to be offering another configuration with the links. Same sausage. One's a patty style, easier for sandwiches. One's a link. It's my wife's personal favorite. The links,
but the same spice, same pork, everything.
Same everything. Yep.
But this configuration with the biscuits and the patties, we did them as patties.
Yep.
With our breakfast bonanza, which is 6 pounds of bacon and sausage, we did the links.
All right, pardon me, I got to try this because it's just so.
You're gonna go.
I'm gonna go for the whole thing. Here we go. Right.
Good, right? So good.
So good.
You could even. What if we tried one of the mustards on there? Save.
Good idea. I'll use the pretzels to take some out.
That's the jam.
Oh, that's the jam. Oh, I didn't mustard. Oh.
Here's the mustard.
Oh, sorry. Here we go. I'm going to put a little bit on.
Jam. Do the champagne mustard.
Champagne mustard.
No, Arlene, the sausages are not pre-cooked.
No. Everything comes to you fresh.
Where did I put that?
And that was by design. So I'm going to put I've got the mustard on the sausage.
On the sausage. So
outstanding.
Here's a thought. You could cook up a pack of the sausage patties, cut each patty into quarters, and put that out as an appetizer with the mustard.
With the mustard, absolutely. This is so good.
Sorry, I'm kind of stealing that from Ina Garten.
That's okay.
I'm not worthy. But one of her favorite appetizers is just taking sliced smoked sausage or kielbasa. She grills it, puts it in toothpicks, puts it out with
Oh.
mustard, and people just dip and go.
And I
So how about doing that with this, with our Churchy's mustard or
Yeah.
Southern Root Sisters pepper jam?
You know,
Here's the
everything is so quality in this presentation.
comes like this.
Look at the color.
Yeah.
That sausage is beige, cream colored. We make it fresh. We package it fresh. And notice we put it in a clear packaging so you can see what you're getting.
What you're getting. Yep.
And if you want to do a quick thaw on these, if you keep them in your freezer, up 12 months in your freezer without a problem. If you're in a pinch and you didn't let it thaw in your refrigerator the night before, pop this whole package in a bowl of cold water. And in 20 minutes, they'll be thawed. You can put them on a sheet pan in your oven, 375,
Great.
12 minutes, boom, they're done.
Love it.
In a skillet. And you're going to notice that when you cook these, very little grease or fat that comes out.
Yeah.
These are truly the best I have ever tasted.
They're awesome. And they're not overly spicy.
Mm-mm.
What I love is that you just used minimal spice so that you can really taste the quality of the pork.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're looking for a different breakfast, I mean, everybody's doing the eggs and, the traditional.
We all have our thing.
We all have our thing.
For
This
breakfast.
is so unique, and you can leave this out, and people can come and build a
Pick
little
at it.
sandwich, put a little breakfast bar up.
Love it.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Love it.
So
All right.
delicious.
So again, you're going to be getting a total of, you'll get 2 packs. You get 16 of the sausage patties. You're going to get a dozen of the Callie's hot little biscuit in the
Yep.
cheddar chive combo. And for these, you bake them from frozen, wrapped in foil for about 25 minutes at, I think, 400.
Yeah. You
And then in the last 5 minutes, you unwrap the foil so they can get a little brown on
Right.
top.
delicious.
And then you get, and again, this most beautiful, I'm going to hold one up close there,
Yeah.
Scott,
Go right ahead.
so they can see. I just want you to see here. Look at the cheddar, cheddar and chive. These, and by the way, these are not Pillsbury Grand. Okay. These are not like these big, huge honkin' biscuits that are just dough. This is nothing but homemade flavor. Callie is named after Carrie Morey's mom.
Yep.
She was a caterer. She would make these biscuits. She would entertain with them. And then she started a little shop. Funny story, when she debuted on QVC the first time, I was the first host to work with her.
Was that right?
And so I was thrilled when Scott said, hey, I'm doing some fun things with Callie's. How about doing their cheddar chive biscuit with some sausage patties? So great deal.
Oh, yeah.
$79. Be great to keep in your freezer. How long do the sausage patties stay in the freezer?
Up to 12 months.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So if you
12
don't get to them, maybe you have great plans. Oh, I'm going to do these the day after Christmas. And then something comes up and you decide to go shop the sales. Guess what? They'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll be there on that snow day in February when you didn't get a chance to get to the store. But can I highly recommend, Bagelista.
You could do a sausage bagel and cheese.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Delicious.
Do it. If you want to do an egg, do a fried egg, toast your bagel, butter,
Love it.
fried egg,
Great.
boom, sausage on there. So yeah.
So sausage with appetizers with Southern Root Sisters or Churchy's mustard, sausages for
A
breakfast.
frittata, you can cut that up into
Cut that
frittata.
up. You can do
There's so many things.
Yeah, so
many
much
things.
with it. All right, so
All right,
that's
that's it.
breakfast
Good.
offer number
Boom.
1.
Good.
Breakfast offer number 2 is a special one that Scott does for me. And I think he does it because he really wants to stay on my good side.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so here's what you're going to get, everybody. Are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
You're going to get 2.5 pounds of hickory smoked thick bacon,
And I'll explain that in a minute.
1.5 pounds of applewood smoked bacon.
Yep.
That's 4 pounds of bacon. And you're going to get another 2 pounds of that same sausage that was in the patty, but in links. So 6 pounds of this top quality, beyond butcher quality
Oh God.
sausage and bacon. All right. And we have it 6 pounds for $99. This is all I'm going to say. Just shop around for Happy to Meet You bacon offers, because ours is awesome. Scott does this just for me. He knows I love this offer for all of you, because I think where people can really understand, oh, there is a difference. Bacon is usually where you can see the difference,
Absolutely,
right?
100%.
It doesn't shrivel into nothing. It's not salty where you can't even bite it.
No.
It doesn't break thin into pieces.
Nope.
You can actually get, and I baked these and cooked these earlier, guys.
Yep.
This is not even this whole pack, okay? But this is the thick bacon Look how each slice
Stands at attention.
at
perfectly.
attention. I baked these in the oven, and then I cooked up 1 pack of the breakfast sausages. Okay,
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. So
Everything we need to know about bacon and sausage.
yeah. So we'll start out with it. So these all of this, the bacon originates from Chicago. So
Look how thick it is.
isn't that amazing?
Look at that gorgeous piece of bacon.
So we're going to start with what we call our pure bacon. So as you know, we only supply it to the top restaurants.
Yes.
So this is a bacon that we started with, that we did in Chicago, smoked in Chicago, that is supplied to not only the restaurants in Chicago, but actually throughout the U.S. Some throughout the U.S.
So good.
You cannot find this retail anywhere. It's a thicker sliced bacon. This is a hickory smoked bacon. It's a little bit thinner than the other offering that I'm going to talk about both though. This is very low sodium. The hickory has a very mild flavor.
It's not overly smoky.
Not overly smoky. We cut this for our restaurants and our partners specifically. It's a wonderful, wonderful
So good.
bacon.
It's so good.
So good, and you're getting like 2.5 pound pack. So it's, if you have a group coming over, you can also separate it, refreeze it if you like.
Right.
Cook what you'd like.
I cook it in the oven, you guys. That's my favorite way to do bacon. Unless I'm doing just like a couple slices for breakfast for Trevor in the morning before he goes to school. But usually what I'll do is I just take a sheet pan. I turn my oven to 400.
Yep.
I lay the strips of bacon on a sheet pan. I bake it in the oven for these thicker slices. It's about 23 minutes in my oven.
Exactly.
If they were a little bit thinner, it might be 18. But do it for 400. Check on it. Take them out just before you think they're done, because they're going to keep cooking in their grease as you put it out. Drain it on a paper towel. And now you have bacon for BLTs. You have bacon for that breakfast buffet. You have bacon to serve with some of your delicious Church's mustard
Absolutely.
on a Callie's biscuit. I mean, it's the best bacon. And I want you to think about this too. Like if my dad were still alive, this is what I would send my dad for Christmas.
Oh yeah.
It's like for that guy who's hard to shop for the person in the family who always loves to get up on Christmas morning and make breakfast for everybody. You're going to be spending time at somebody's house. Like send this ahead and say, here's something to make Christmas morning a little bit easier for you. It's delicious.
And when I would cook for my family, I was that guy.
You were the one who always had to do the cooking.
Well, I was that guy that said, I need to go out and search for the best bacon. And there's one that I knew of in Chicago. It was local, and it was hard to find it. Actually, I think it came out of Wisconsin. And I would search for that high and low. And let me tell you how much I paid for that bacon at home. So this is what we call our pure bacon. This is the Cadillac of bacon. But now I want to show you the Rolls Royce of bacon. And I want to explain why.
Yeah.
Not that, I mean, this is fabulous. This is even tops this, if we could say so. The reason being, these come from hogs, pork bellies that we square off and slice from the Midwest. These are corn-fed hogs from the Midwest.
Why does that matter?
It matters because just like a great steak, you want corn finishing or corn-fed. Corn equals flavor. It's the reason why I prefer a corn-fed piece of beef versus grass-fed.
Got it.
It's the corn and that gives you that buttery, nutty, almost macadamia taste when you eat the bacon, and especially around the outside where where the fat crisps up. Oh, it's just so good. Then we go the next step further. So we bring in these wonderful pork bellies. We square them off by hand. We slow smoke them with wood, believe it or not, that comes from the Blue Ridge Mountains of West Virginia. Why? Because we found that the wood imparts a much more mild, tender flavor to the bacon. Have you ever had bacon where it almost has a medicinal taste, or it becomes bitter because of the smoke?
bitter.
And you eat, and you're kind of after breakfast, you're tasting the bacon. Not in this case. It is extremely mild, so good, and tender. Yeah. And it just crisps up if you like it crispy, but the integrity of the actual the rendering, the fat actually is almost buttery and nutty in flavor. Almost hard to put into words.
Yeah. It's one of those things like once you try it, you're like, oh.
I promise you, this is the bacon. I call it the bacon alarm clock. You start cooking this.
This is the one you call the brick of gold, right?
Yeah, this is and we call it the
brick of gold bacon.
It's the Goldilocks bacon. Yeah. It's not too thick and it's not too thin, but it is a thicker cut.
Yes.
But I'm not a big thick cut.
Right.
It's almost like a ham steak. This is the perfect balance. This is the quintessential slice of bacon.
And is this is uncured?
Uncured.
What about this one?
Yeah, same.
Both.
They're both the same.
Because somebody was asking, is the bacon cured? These are uncured bacon. So I look for that also. Jan was asking about that.
Yeah,
so.
no nitrates.
Awesome.
We get around that with some celery,
Yeah.
some celery seed. So it's all natural.
Great.
Yeah, you can't. I promise you, this is probably the best bacon you will ever put your lips on. I mean, it's just that good.
4 pounds. You're getting 4 pounds of bacon. Did I get that right?
Well, 2.5. Yeah.
2.5 and 1.5.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay.
4. Yeah. I didn't know she was throwing math at me.
No, right? No, it's 4 pounds of bacon, and then you get 2 pounds of the breakfast sausage links.
Yes.
So again, if you're trying to prepare for a crowd, we've got you covered. If you're sending this as a gift, you can do built to, ship to from Just Jill, no problem. Send this ahead for those families that are hard to shop for.
Wow.
When you don't know what to get your son and daughter-in-law, like send them something like this. Like, how nice is it when somebody sends you a food basket or, something like a gift basket with some treats in it. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, thank goodness we have this because now I don't have to run to the grocery store.
Yeah.
It makes your life easier, but you're giving them not just anything, you're giving them premium quality. That's one of the things we're so proud of here at Just Jill to share with you. It's why we partnered with Scott and Happy to Meet You. Listen, you all know, I know a lot of people in this meat space from my years at QVC. There are a lot of food brands, meat brands I could have chosen to work with. Happy to Meet You is different. It's fresh. It's premium.
Yeah,
they don't just say restaurant quality. They are the restaurant purveyors.
Yeah.
So that to me just really spoke volumes. So
and wow, I just tasted. And I'll be honest.
The NPs?
This bacon's been sitting for a while.
Yeah, I cooked it earlier.
I can't tell you how great that is. And think about it. You're doing a baked potato bar. You want bacon bits? This makes the best flavored bacon bits you will ever taste.
Could I wrap this around a filet
You can
mignon?
wrap it around a filet. Absolutely.
Filet mignon coming. Rudy says, looks mouth-watering delicious.
Oh,
it is.
It
is. And again, I just would encourage you, like our offer for 6 pounds of bacon and sausage from Happy to Meet You, just getting the 4 pounds from Happy to Meet You of the bacon at our price is awesome. I know it's not inexpensive still. Remember, when we're shipping things like this to you, we have to ship it to you with cooling packs. It has to ship second day air. Like those things go into part of the cost. But I think the value for what we have for you here, if you've tried it, and I don't think Scott does an offer with this much in a breakfast set for anybody else but us. Like a 6 pound offer is really like
oh my God, that's
again,
the
it's like the Just Jill special.
And I will tell you too, we've had people that have had this that have called us and actually driven to our facility wanting to purchase it. We don't have retail. We're not set up.
You don't have a shop.
No. We have a little counter of our meat processing facility where some locals can come and get whatever we had that day. But you cannot find us in retail locations.
Right.
We're not built that way. When we say we provide the top quality provisions to restaurants and professional institutions, that's what we do. So it's them and you all. So it's it's a really unique offering.
Yeah.
And I do promise you that you will not be able to find the flavors that I am presenting now anywhere local.
Yeah.
So unless you were to get on a flight to Chicago and go to some of our restaurant partners, that's where you'd be able to experience this.
Yeah.
It's just that good. It really is.
So get it while you can. Again, Scott doesn't give us this extra low price all the time. But when we have it, like jump on it. And if you can order 2, so you have one in the freezer, like that's how I go. Because once you try it, you won't.
You'll be glad you have. You'll be glad you tucked a few away.
All right. So the last thing we're going to do with Scott, and there's a quick question there. What does it say? Excited to hear the filet special.
Oh,
okay,
filet.
That's what we're talking about. Okay.
Filet.
So when Scott said, "Hey, I'm going to be out," and I said, "Well, let's do a Facebook Live together. Let's do the great breakfast sets." The thing that Scott is really known for, here's another cutting board, Scott.
Oh, great. Okay.
Our steaks. Okay.
Right.
Happy to Meet You started with this concept of what if we could fresh cut steaks on a Monday morning and send them out to our customers that day. And within a day and a half to 2 days, those fresh cut meats straight from the butcher arrived at their door. That is the happy to meet you difference. And I want you to keep that in mind when you're comparison shopping with other retailers out there, because there are a lot of companies who are promoting their filet mignon specials this time of year, okay? They cut those fillets 3 months ago, and those have been sitting in a freezer. That's not the case with Happy to Meet You. In addition to that, this is USDA Prime, which only about 4% of all steaks qualify for that quality of USDA Prime.
Correct.
These are 6-ounce filet mignons, and we have multiple options. You can get 4 6-ounce filet mignons for $159. You can get 6 filet mignon for $215. The value, and again, I know this is a big number, but the value is get 8 filet mignon. Was it $239, Doug? For $239. That's the value. Listen, 4 are $159. So you would think, oh, if I get double that, I've doubled the price. I'm over $300. You get 8 individually wrapped filet mignon, fresh cut, shipped to you for $239. I gave a small overview. What do you need?
I was going to find the filet in the package.
Oh, it's right over here. I just set it next to you.
Oh, it's right here. Sorry.
I gave a small overview, but talk about Happy to Meet You steaks, why they're so special, why freshness matters, and why USDA Prime is key.
So that's really good points. And this is so important. When you look, it's sometimes you can consider it an investment in meat or steak. Let me just tell you, I'm going to tell you why in 1 second, but I want to share a real quick story. This is a true story. So I'm going to withhold the name.
Okay.
Someone mentioned to me that they had their mom and dad and some siblings over for dinner for the holidays. They had purchased steaks online from an online meat company.
Yeah.
They sat down for dinner. They started cutting in, and they couldn't finish. They scraped the plates into the garbage can, put their jackets on, true story, and went out for dinner. When you are spending money, and look, you can spend great money for just a mediocre steak.
Right.
You want to make sure you are getting the best of the best. And that is so important to me.
Yeah.
When we're talking about Happy to Meet You, you're never going to hear me say this is our private collection or our reserve or it's no. When you're saying that, what you're really saying is it's not prime, but you want to sort of allude that it's a higher quality. If it's prime, it has to be USDA certified. So let me explain what makes prime so unique.
Yeah.
There are really 3 points, Jill. Number 1, it has to come from a steer that's 3 years of age or younger.
Okay.
That's number 1. Number 2, the grading, the marbling has to be at least 85%. That's number 2. Number 3, it has to be corn fed by at least 85% as well.
Got it.
So it's corn feed, marbling, and the age of the steer.
And all of those translate to buttery, tender flavor.
Absolutely. And I will put up our fillets, and I mean this, against any fillet anywhere in the U.S.
Yeah.
We stick to the same farms. We never change. We don't buy based on cost. So in other words, if we don't have the same quality, because it's consistency that pays off.
Yeah.
You ever gone to a restaurant and you've had a great steak one day, and then you go back again and it's completely opposite?
Right.
Because they tend to buy on price. It's a commodity.
Yeah.
If we don't have it and we can't stick to our sources, we do not sell it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't, we produce a good amount. But we're not a mass marketer of steaks.
Right.
Everything comes into our shop. It's all hand cut fresh. We don't offer what we call steaksicles. Those are steaks that are prepped, cut, and kept in a freezer for 4 months, 5 months, a year before they go out. Everything gets cut fresh before it goes out.
So when people get their package of steaks at home,
Mm-hmm.
will they be frozen at all? Will they be thawed? What should they expect if it's being shipped fresh?
Okay, so obviously we cut fresh and we cryovac, just like this. Before it goes out to you, it's as soft as butter.
Yeah.
We have a flash freezer that we put it in just before it ships to you. So your steaks will go with dry ice. They may partially freeze due to the dry ice in the box, but the chances are you're not going to get a hockey puck where it's so solid that it deteriorates in the package.
So really, because I think a lot of you are used to that.
You're used to that.
Don't freak out if the steak feels a little soft. as long as things are cool.
Cool. Oh,
in that
Absolutely.
freezer pack, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then can I freeze it if I'm not going to eat it?
Absolutely.
Or if I do want to eat it, how much time do I have
So
to eat
here's
this
what I
fresh
say,
steak?
and I'm not going to embellish. I would say in your refrigerator, personally for me, I would say anywhere between 3 and 5 days. I wouldn't go any more than 5 in the fridge.
Got it.
It's just
Great.
me. Freezer, easily 12 months.
Great.
Easily 12 months.
Great.
And when you take it out after that 12-month period, you're going to notice with the quality of our meats, it's going to be as red and beautiful as it is the day you received it. Did you ever stick a piece of meat in the freezer and you pull it out and it's gray or
Yes,
pink and it looks like, where did this come from?
Yeah. And can I eat this?
And can I eat this?
Because then that's the bummer.
And
you
all the
spent all
little-
that money for
And then
it.
the ice
you're like,
crystals
oh,
around it. And
yeah.
no. I promise you there's a difference. And I we cooked one up a while ago, Jill. So let's just take a little.
So what we did here was we browned it on both
I'm
sides.
going to tell you the way that
Yeah.
So
You want to
let's
give
just,
it
why don't you take a little taste test and see what you think?
so good. First of all, just look how
Just
good.
take a look at that. And you can see in the grain too, you can
at
identify a really good
Filet
quality piece of meat.
mignon.
Filet mignon, folks.
Lynn said that bacon around these steaks would be the best ever.
Mm. I mean, you can taste the middle, right? It's a little crunchy out. It melts your mouth. We don't have to.
It melts in your mouth.
So the way that I like to do it, this is
melts in your mouth.
my favorite way. This is super easy.
Mm.
Set your oven. This is foolproof. Set your oven to 400 degrees. Get your favorite skillet. Do a little bit of oil and butter. Sear the filet on all sides. Just use your eyes until it's completely seared on all sides. Once that's done, pop the entire pan into the oven for exactly, set your watch, 9 minutes.
At what temperature?
400.
Okay.
Pull it out. I then put it back on the stove. Now remember, this is going to be really hot, so grab a towel. And then I put another knob of butter in, a crushed garlic clove, and a little bit of rosemary. Butter baste it with a spoon, 4 minutes,
It's
let it rest.
fabulous.
And look at that, Jill. That was I mean, that's all we did. This thing sat here during the
Yeah.
entire presentation.
Look, you guys.
Look at that. That literally sat.
Look how beautiful that is. Oh.
So the point is, Jill, so if you're going to make an investment in quality meat,
Yes.
it needs to be quality and it needs
Yes.
to be great. I mean, and this literally sat, what, 30, 40
Yeah,
minutes
this
since we
finished
started?
like
Almost an hour ago.
right before we went live.
An hour ago.
It finished, and
That
it's
sat for an hour,
fabulous.
right?
It's
So
so good.
I'm real passionate about it. It's the steaks that I grew up on, that I love, and I just wanted to share it with everyone else. So
But fresh,
fresh.
cut fresh. It's not waiting for your order in a freezer and somebody opens the freezer, loads it up, and sends it.
Right.
They're not even going to cut your steaks until next Monday morning.
We cut every
They'll
morning
cut on
starting at
Monday
4 a.m.
morning. They'll package them, ship them out to you. You'll get them Wednesday or Thursday next week.
Yep.
All right. 4 filet mignons, again, is going to be $159.
Mm.
6 filet mignons, $215. 8 filet mignons, that's the value, $239. Remember, $159 for 4, double that, $239.
Yeah.
So really, really nice.
And one
offer.
quick tip too, I want to forget too. When you get the steaks out, you want to take them out of the packaging, dry them off with a paper towel. You want to make sure all the moisture is gone because when you sear it, that's what's going to give
Yes,
it the
good
perfect
point. So
sear.
yeah, open it up,
pat it off.
Yeah, and let it come to room temperature a little bit too. You don't want it to be too cold.
Yeah.
That's how I was taught.
Actually,
How do you feel about that?
Well, actually, I was the room temperature guy, and then we did all the science and research. Believe it or not,
Really matter?
it didn't matter.
Huh.
It didn't matter. But but it's fine either way.
Yeah.
You can take them out of the fridge, bring them to room temp, whatever's good for you.
Yeah.
Super
Awesome.
easy. In a night, about 12 minutes of a perfectly cooked steak.
Even at $159, it's a better price than a lot of the retailers
Mm.
are trying to find that they know. It's
Yes.
a better price. He came way down in margin for us.
My husband is reminding me that we kind of beat Scott up a little bit to do the $159 for this quality filet mignon. If you go out and compare, like you can go right now and Google 6-ounce wet aged USDA prime filet mignon. And what you'll find is that our price is very comparable to a lot of places that you may shop, or places that also might be able to offer this quality. But the happy to meet you difference is theirs are sitting in a freezer. Yours will be fresh cut.
Yeah.
Yours are not from a reserve collection. We can guarantee that yours are USDA prime. So again, you've shopped with me for a long time. Those are the quality standards that we look for, that we want to share with all of you. And while I know this is an investment for many of you, for those of you who have people on your gift list or who really say once a year, I want to do a fantastic dinner for my family of 8, we're doing the best filet mignon I can find. You found it here from Just Jill, and happy to meet you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm so thrilled. And it's been such a great,
best.
great partnership with you, Jill, too.
Well, it's been so fun, Scott. And again, if you love Chateaubriand, we do have one called Jill's Favorite Dinner.
Oh, it's
That's a 2-pound filet mignon, a filet mignon roast. So we do have other things from Happy to Meet You. But I said to Scott, I really want to do a filet mignon offer, because I know like this year for our family, it's just going to be a small group of us for Christmas Eve. I would love to do filet mignon for our family with a few of our favorite sides.
Yeah.
And that's a wonderful way to celebrate together and have a delicious meal.
Yeah.
So
and you get a little packet of the holidays. You can even do a ready to mix holidays that I love.
Right.
That you may know and recognize. It's so good.
Yeah.
Little holidays over your filet.
Would be delicious.
Absolutely.
You could probably even do a little brush on of maybe even like the little cranberry
Oh,
mustard
you
or
could.
something
Absolutely.
and make a sauce,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Why not?
So the best sauce, you can actually, good point,
Yeah.
Jill. You can actually take the cranberry mustard, take a little bit of the reserve pan drippings, and then mix
Warm
it and warm it together, and even that a little bit of water, and you make a pan sauce with it. It pulls up all
Put
of
it on
that.
your plate.
Put it on your plate and drizzle it.
Steak on it.
There you go. You've got a cranberry sauce over the filet.
So good.
Yeah.
We gave you breakfast. We gave you appetizers. We gave you desserts. We gave you snacks. We had so many great things for you tonight. So check out the special offers from Happy to Meet You. Remember, 10% off if you buy more than one item from Churchy's or buy more than one item from Southern Root Sisters. A lot of people saying, hi, Scott, so nice to meet you.
Oh, it's great meeting you all.
Don't forget with Bagelista, our normal offer is 4 bags of bagels. That's 16 4-ounce bagels for $39. Right now, you get a 5th bag as sort of an extra. So 5 bags for the price of 4. These are all items you can do build to, ship to. These are all items that you can bring into your own home, and they have a nice shelf life beyond the holidays. And they're all items that, to make your holiday season special and easier, we hope you find some things that are delicious to enjoy. All right, before we let you go, I hope you all have made comments in our section, because we are going to do a quick drawing.
Right.
For our pretty ornaments. So Megan's going to get our little drawing tool ready. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but here we go, everybody. Hopefully you've made your comments. Ready, go, Meg. Here we go. Everybody who commented tonight. There's some of the people. Again, just because you didn't see your name doesn't mean you're not included. They're just the ones that are calling up. And Kathy Leaking. Thanks for being here, Kathy. We will make sure to get your address so we can send you that. Hey, I saw somebody mention they'd love to see a beef Wellington from you. We've talked about that.
Yes.
We've talked about that, so maybe we can work
we have
on
a
that.
couple. We actually have a couple surprises to go.
Okay.
We have a couple surprises to go.
Last year you made the Chateaubriand for Christmas.
Oh yeah, I did make the Chateaubriand for Christmas.
You did.
Yeah, we'll be doing it again this year. Mary says it all sounds amazing. Decisions. I don't think there's a bad thing in the bunch here. So whether you're shopping for you or shopping for others, and would really appreciate it, please spread the word about Just Jill. Our team, we're a small team of 5. We all work so hard, but especially not take myself out of it. Our team, Kylie and Megan and Bernadette and Doug, they all work so hard for all of you. So whatever you could do to pass the word around to, hey, like if you're looking for some great food ideas, or hey, if you need some neat gift ideas, check out justjillshop.com. We'd sure appreciate it. We're here because of you. We appreciate everything you've done for us. Thank you for being here. Quick mention, I'm going to be on QVC tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern time. There's a fun show called Tara and Friends. So it's like a big holiday party with Tara Tesher and Jane Rudolph Tracy. I'll be there with our J Heart Charm bracelet. Comes in your choice with either the 14 karat gold heart, or there's an all silver version. I think Megan has the link she can put up for it. Susan, I saw that you were asking about My Grandma's. We just had a My Grandma's offer, but stay tuned on Friday. We have a new offer from my grandma's you're going to want to check out. And somebody was asking about my sweater. Megan has the information for that too. We don't carry clothes, just Jill. That is more than I want to bite off and chew. But we do have the information for it. I got it at Bloomingdale's. It's a cashmere sweater. It's an amazing weight and I love it. All right. So my son, my daughter, my husband, and Scott, we're going to have a feast.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks so much for being here, everybody. And we'll see you soon. Talk to you later. Bye. Thank you.